Each and every one of you can make an impact on this room, in this world. And I'm not talking to students. I'm talking to everybody. A few years ago, or actually a lot of years ago, I was in college, and I decided to go skydiving. And at that time, I was like really excited, and if you know me, I don't really show that much emotions, and I'm gonna be tough. And when I was going there, we had two options, right? We could either go tandem, or we could go individually. So tandem means you have to go with somebody else on your back. And for me, I was like, you know what? I would do it, but I'm a poor college student, so I'm just gonna go tandem instead of individually. So what I did is, it was me and my girlfriend at the time, and we end up getting on the plane. So we're traveling, we get up to the elevation, and they say there's two things that you need to think about. Two things. And the first one was, as soon as the door opens, I want you to scoot out to the edge. And then the second one is that when you actually jump out of the plane, I want you to put your arms out like a bird. Okay? So we get up to the elevation, and then my girlfriend at the time goes first. So they open the door, they're like, 1, 2, 3, whee! She's out. And I'm like, okay, cool, that seems easy. So it's up to me now. And they say, are you ready? I'm like, yes, I am ready. So they said, okay, scoot up to the edge. So I go, and I scoot up to the edge, and I'm feeling pretty good. And then all of a sudden, the door swings open, and my heart starts pumping. Right? I'm looking between my legs, I'm thousands of feet above the ground, my heart's racing. And then all of a sudden, he's like, 3, 2, 1. And I'm like, Ish! I freeze up, and I'm like, no, not right now. Not right now. Wait one second. And I'm like, I don't know what happened, because beforehand I took the class, I understood what I needed to do, and then now this was real, like standing on the stage right here. And he was like, what was wrong? I was like, nothing. I didn't hear the number count. I didn't know if you were going on like 3 and then go, or just like 1, 2, 3. I apologize. So we go again. He starts counting down again, and he's like, 3, 2, 1. And this time I freeze up, but he's just like, he pushes me out the door, right? So I am literally coming through the air. I feel like I'm doing this, right? Like flying through the air. But in reality, this is what was happening. Yeah! I am screaming. And once again, at that moment, I realized this. I knew more about skydiving in that 10 seconds than I could have in a class that I took in for weeks. See, sometimes it's about removing that inner chatter. It's just simply just taking that leap. And I admit, sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes some days, every single day, we have an opportunity of whether we want to get on the plane or whether we want to jump. And I admit it. Sometimes I don't feel like jumping and taking that risk. Some days I feel like sitting at home, watching YouTube videos. I've been listening to some Bieber songs recently. And I just say this, you can hate on Bieber. I didn't like him beforehand, but his new stuff is getting better. Just admit it. Okay. Right? And usually this happens through you thinking, oh my goodness, that's that Usher jam. And then you Shazam it, and it's Bieber, and like, oh, you got me again. Right? But like I said, we have that opportunity every single day to make that leap. Right here is an hourglass. This is our lives. Right here. Every single one of us, we only have one of these. And every single second, a sand is dropping. It doesn't matter if we are saving the world or watching YouTube videos. Every single day, this is the only one that we have. But in reality, this is really our hourglass. We don't know how much sand is left. But sometimes we feel like it's always full. You know, I'm going to apply to this school tomorrow. Or I'm going to save the world tomorrow. I'm going to make that phone call tomorrow. But heck, we're not guaranteed 20 minutes. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. You got one chance to make an impact, to build relationships, to connect with everybody in this room, to embrace this moment, because that's the only thing that we have control over. Don't let the last sand fall without making it